This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Well, don't you love it when Cameron goes on Instagram Live? It's always an event. Well, he went on Instagram Live yesterday and he was talking about Mase. And he was basically saying Mase became a pastor to get away from the violence. Now, he further clarified that. He said, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Well, we know Cameron kind of exposed on his IG why Mase had left the whole rap game right after his second album. He left the rap game. He had like 3 albums out. He had Harlem World, then he had his whole group, and then he had his second album. Then he left the game, and then he got into being a pastor. And Cameron said he did this because there was too much like violence and people asking him too much. You know, he was, you know, 22 with $8 million. He said, you know, he kind of left because he said once you get to being a pastor, he figured no one was going to bother him anymore. But when shit got quiet, he kept returning to the game. So like in 04, he came back with Welcome Back. Then he tried to get with G-Unit. Then he left again. Then he came back in 09. Then he came back, left and came back recently with the whole Bad Boy reunion tour. Now, he said, you know, I guess the divine Mase is gone because he's back to swearing and everything. Well, Mase kind of returned fire in a way, in a Mase-like fashion. You know, first he said, you know, I know not to respond and talk about other artists. That's part, you know, and mind other people's business. You know, but you know, I'm not scared of anything.
Artist development, so I know better than to answer questions about other people. I don't really mind other people's business. I live like sometime by old school rules. Like I don't really care what people say as long as they don't put their hands on me.
Church, that nigga cursing. He said a rhyme. That nigga said, "Yo, the nuns was in the back of the church humming my name." I said, "This nigga is the illest right here."
He basically said something along those lines. You know, he basically just took a little jab back, nothing crazy. And Cameron didn't mean it in a malicious way anyways. Cameron actually said, you know, Mase is ill and he respects Mase. You know, he just didn't understand his moves at the time, but he respects Mase. So it wasn't really any ill intentions anyways, you know. But he did answer the whole thing on his live, and he also put up a little post. I mean, it's no big deal anyways, but, you know, Mase did respond, which I thought was kind of interesting. And, you know, Mase, a new album, I don't know how Mase would be rapping on a new album. Mase always got it in his own way, but, you know, he's never really consistent with staying out. I mean, he had it on fire 97 to 2001 or 2000, and then he left. Then he kept trying to come back, and it just wasn't working. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Jordan Tower Films. Jordan Tower Films.